good about. That is the annual budget. And you must do it early enough in the year. Many people go on the 31st night, talking about, pledges and everything else. No. You must have a framework and prayerfully determine how you are going to live. From there, using the same framework, virtually breaking it into 12 rather, you have your monthly budget. Of course, you are not going to have your expenses the same month after month. These days you may not pay even your rent every month. You may pay it 6 monthly, but you accumulate it. You don't pay school fees every day. You accumulate it. You anticipate it and you prepare for it so that even when it is not something which is monthly, how much you will need in order to meet the obligation should have been reserved in an emergency fund so that you can, of course, go to it as the need arises. Other than that, you'll be like the typical account person. Somebody had a joke. He said, when an account person's mother dies, a man, and you see him crying, oftentimes he's short of money. Because as soon as he has the money, he's looking for a coffin. Is my mother in a good place in the morgue, or should I change the place? And all those things become more important. If you don't budget and plan ahead, you are likely to be caught by what you may think is an emergency, but it's not. For example, if you have a 90-year-old mother, when she dies, it isn't an emergency. We all die. And therefore, at 90, you should have prepared for your mother's funeral. And don't put the old lady in the freezer, that's a morgue, for 1 year, now accumulating money for a grand style funeral, when, unfortunately, she might have died out of lack of medical attention. So let us plan ahead. The only thing I can say about the budget is that the monthly budget, it follows the same. It must be the same. You will have your income, the monthly income, which in some cases divided, because it comes not monthly, but in bullets, less your mandatory expenses. Then you get your net income. You make provision for savings and investment each month, and you then live by it. There are only two things that people must note, and I will say that and I finish with it. The first is that if you don't do the annual one and translate it into the monthly one, so that those which are paid periodically are accumulated, you are likely to jump from one financial crisis to the other. Because you may bless your soul at the end of the month, and the school fees may be ready, may be needed in the middle of the following month. Secondly, the budget itself is a tool for self-discipline. For example, you can't come to my house and say, oh, guys, Charlie, this is good. This medicine, sometimes they call supplement medicines, is good. It costs 5,000. Or let us go for this trip and that. I can't do it. Why? Because I've not budgeted for it. I have a budget for entertainment and miscellaneous in the year. And you don't come and ask me to do this or that. I can't, no matter how much you tempt me, I cannot buy a V8 this year. I don't have the money. Let me tell you, I'm hoping to buy a V8 or something, posh and durable. Do you know what? When I turn 80, real life like Moses will start at 80. So I have 4 years to prepare. And when you see the old man at 80, in his flashy four-wheel drive, he will have prepared for it for about 8 years before then. Why? Because I think at that age, I don't want my car to leave me on the road. Still, at a youthful age of 76, I can manage. But the discipline of living by budget is as important as having the budget itself. And many people must learn the art of living by budget, and their life will be better. I pray that these things will help you, young and old, so that you can master your finances and be in control of your finances and not be driven by fashion and the fad of the day. Shalom, and may the Lord be with you, and meet me again next week when we'll be looking at how do you implement your strategic plan, because you have to do it oftentimes over a period of 10 years. The Lord be with you. Meet me at ZFM 101.9 next week. And don't forget that anytime, if you go to Professor Emeritus Stephen Adei, YouTube or Adei Force, you will be directed, and you will meet me there, and I trust that this series will be a blessing to you. Shalom, and may the Lord be with you.